I still remember the cold metal bench of the train station under me, the echo of footsteps, the distant announcements, and the feeling that something inside me had quietly collapsed. My wife, Emma, stood in front of me with her hands shaking. She couldn't look me in the eye. Her lips trembled, but no words came out. Then, without warning, she whispered only 3 words. "I'm leaving, Mark." She didn't say why. She didn't say for how long. She didn't give me a reason, a letter, a clue, nothing. She just turned around and walked away. I called after her, loud, then louder. People stopped and stared, but she didn't turn back even once. I ran after her, but the crowd swallowed her up like she had never existed, like our 10 years of marriage were nothing more than a dream disappearing in daylight. My hands were shaking. My throat felt dry. I tried calling her. Phone off. Again. Off. I texted. No answer. I sat there for almost an hour, tried to understand what I had done wrong. Did I miss something? Was she unhappy? Did she meet someone? Had I hurt her without knowing? Every question stabbed deeper. Then, just as I stood to leave, that's when he appeared. An old man with dark sunglasses, holding a white cane, gently tapping the ground. He walked slowly toward me, as if guided by something other than sight. He stopped right in front of me. Too close, too intentional to be an accident. "Your wife left," he said softly. At first, I thought he had overheard everything, but then he leaned slightly closer and whispered in a low voice that didn't match his fragile appearance. "Follow me if you want the truth." I froze. He couldn't see me. He couldn't have known what happened. He had approached me like he'd been waiting. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice cracking. He smiled, not kindly, but knowingly. Someone who knows why she left. I felt my heart beat in my ears. I should have walked away. I should have called the police, or anyone else. But when a stranger, a blind stranger, says he knows why your wife just abandoned you, reason doesn't win. Curiosity does. Desperation does. Pain does. And so, against every instinct screaming inside me, I followed him out of the station, not knowing that this would unravel secrets far darker than anything I could have imagined, not knowing this moment would lead me into a maze of betrayal, manipulation, and a truth that would tear my world apart, not knowing that this blind man was the only one who could show me everything my wife had been hiding. His cane tapped rhythmically as we walked down the quiet street behind the station. The old man moved slowly, but every step felt purposeful, as if he knew where we were going, as if he had led many others down the same invisible path. Finally, he stopped near an empty bench by the streetlights. "Sit," he said. I did. He remained standing. "My name is Thomas," he said. "And no, I didn't follow you. I came to find you." "How?" I asked. Well, blind," he finished for me. "Yes, but sight isn't the only way to see." I didn't know what that meant, but before I could question him further, he continued. "Your wife left because she's afraid. Not of you, but of what she believes you'll do if you discover the truth." The truth. That word felt like a cold blade. What truth? I demanded. He lowered his head slightly, like he was choosing his words carefully. "Your wife has been living a double life," he said. "One filled with secrets you were never supposed to uncover." My chest tightened. Was she seeing someone else? He shook his head. "No, this isn't about another man. It's about something older. Something she's been carrying since long before she met you." I felt a strange mix of relief and fear. If she wasn't cheating, then what was she hiding? Thomas stepped closer. "I've been helping people like her for years. People who carry heavy pasts. People try to run from shadows." My voice cracked. "Why involve me?" "Because," he said, "she believed the only way to protect you is to disappear. She thinks leaving is an act of love." "That makes no sense." I snapped. "You don't destroy someone you love, unless you think staying would destroy them more." I stared at him, confused, angry, desperate. "Where is she now?" He turned his face toward the distant street, as if listening to something I couldn't hear. "She's hiding in a place where she once swore she'd never return. A place filled with memories she buried." I took a deep breath. Tell me where. Please. The old man shook his head. Not yet. If you rush in without understanding the danger, you'll get hurt. And so will she. What danger? I asked. He raised his cane and gently tapped my shoe. The danger of chasing answers before you're ready for them. I was losing patience. Thomas, I need the truth. I deserve it. Yes, he said softly. But truth comes with a price. I leaned forward. What price? He pointed his cane to my chest. Your peace. Your certainty. Your past. Everything you think you know about your marriage. A cold wind brushed against us. He continued, if you want the truth, you must be willing to see the world from her eyes, even the darkest parts. And once you see it, there's no turning back. I felt fear, but I nodded anyway, because when someone you love walks away with no explanation, you're willing to lose anything to get that explanation back. And that was the first step toward everything falling apart. Thomas began guiding me through narrow streets I didn't recognize. He knew every crack in the pavement, every turn, every sound. How do you know my wife? I asked. He smiled faintly. She came to me long before she met you. That confused me even more. Why? Because she was hiding from something then, just like she is now. We reached an old building. Cracked walls, rusted window bars, a flickering lamp above the entrance. What is this place? I asked. A shelter, he said, for people trying to rebuild their lives. He tapped the door with his cane, and an elderly woman opened it. Is he ready? She asked. No, Thomas answered, but he needs to start. The woman looked at me with sympathy. Inside, the shelter smelled of old books and forgotten memories. Thomas led me into a small room filled with boxes. Your wife came here once, he said. She left pieces of her old life behind. He opened a box labeled Yar, Emma's initials. My heart dropped. Inside were photos, old letters, newspaper clippings, a driver's license under a different last name, and a small notebook with torn edges. What is all this? I whispered. Her past, he said. I flipped through the notebook. Her handwriting. Shaky, raw. One line stood out. One day, the past will find me. When it does, I must disappear before it hurts the people I love. My blood ran cold. Disappear? I whispered. Thomas nodded. She always knew this day would come. What day? I asked. He pointed to the newspaper clippings. I picked one up. A headline from 10 years ago. Local family abandoned after financial scandal. Daughter missing. Another one. Witness protection efforts fail. Young woman still unaccounted for. My hands trembled as the pieces came together. Emma, she was a missing daughter? Thomas nodded. She ran away from a life that was falling apart. She rebuilt herself. She promised never to involve anyone. But she fell in love with you, and that terrified her. Why would loving me terrify her? Because she believed the past would eventually catch up. And when it did, you become a target. A target. The word echoed in my head. Someone is looking for her. I said slowly. Yes, Thomas replied. And they've already found out she's not alone. A chill shot down my spine. Who? I asked. He hesitated. And that hesitation told me everything. This wasn't random. This wasn't a misunderstanding. Someone dangerous was involved. Before I could ask more, the shelter door slammed open. A loud voice shouted, "We know she was here. Tell us where she went." My heart nearly stopped. Thomas grabbed my arm tightly. "It's too soon," he whispered. "They've come faster than I expected." "Who are they?" I whispered, but he didn't answer, because the footsteps were coming closer, and for the first time, I realized finding the truth might cost more than I ever imagined. We hid in a narrow back room as the strangers stormed through the building. 2 men, heavy boots, angry voices. Search everywhere. She must have come back for something. Emma. They were looking for Emma. Not me. Not Thomas. Her. Thomas covered my mouth gently with his hand, signaling me not to make a sound. After a few minutes, the men left, slamming the front door behind them. Thomas exhaled deeply. They're getting desperate, he said. And desperate men do reckless things. I was trying to keep my breathing steady, but everything was spinning. Thomas, tell me everything. Now. He nodded slowly. All right, but what I'm about to tell you will change how you see your wife forever. I braced myself. 10 years ago, he began, Emma's father was part of a financial scandal that ruined many families. People lost homes, businesses, everything. I swallowed hard. Her father disappeared. Her mother broke down. And Emma, she ran. She was only 16, young, scared, alone. She left everything behind, her name, her school, her friends, and became someone new. I felt like the ground beneath me shifted. She built a new life from nothing, Thomas continued. She took jobs no one else wanted. She slept in shelters. She trusted no one until she met you. My chest tightened. She told me once, Thomas said, that you were the first person who made her feel safe, the first person she believed wouldn't leave like everyone else. I felt warmth and pain, but she always feared one thing, that someone from her past would find her and use the people she loved to hurt her. My eyes widened. So she left me to protect me? Thomas sighed. That's what she believed. But she didn't realize that disappearing only made them more determined. I took a deep breath. Who are these men? They worked with her father, he said softly. They believe Emma knows where he is. I thought he disappeared, I said. Thomas nodded. He did, but they think she can lead them to him. And they'll do anything to get answers. I sank onto a chair. So she had been living in fear all these years, and never told me. Why didn't she trust me with the truth? I whispered. Thomas placed a hand on my shoulder. Because she did want her past to become your burden. My eyes burned. She promised herself she would never drag you into the life she escaped from. When she realized a man had found her, she panicked, and she did the only thing she knew how to do. She ran. My voice cracked. She ran from me. Thomas nodded. And now she's running out of places to hide. I clenched my fists. No, I said, not anymore. I'm done being left behind. I stood up. She ran to protect me. Now I'm going to protect her. Thomas smiled, almost proudly. Then you're ready, he said. Ready for the truth she never wanted you to face. And that was when he handed me the notebook she left years ago. Read it, he said, and you'll understand everything. I opened the first page, and Emma's voice, her fears, her secrets, her hidden life, began to unfold before me. The notebook wasn't long, but every page cut deep. That teenage handwriting. Scared, lonely, desperate, it felt like reading the diary of someone drowning quietly for years. She wrote about running through bus stations at night, sleeping in abandoned buildings, changing names every few months, constantly looking behind her. She wrote about her father's business partners, the same men who were hunting her now. She wrote, if they ever find me, they'll think I know where he went. I don't, but they won't believe me. I must stay invisible. When I finished the notebook, my decision was clear. I'm going after her, I said. Thomas nodded, as if he had been expecting me to say that. But understand this, he said. If you go after her, you walk into her world, a world built on fear and deception. I'm not afraid, I said. You will be, he replied softly. Where is she? I asked. He hesitated, and that hesitation told me the truth was difficult. She returned to the place she promised never to revisit, he said. Where? Her childhood home. My heart dropped. Why would she go there? Because it's the only place those men won't look immediately. They believe she hates that house. They believe she would never step foot in it again. And they're wrong. I asked. Painful memories can be the safest hiding place, he said. I clenched my jaw. How do we get there? He smiled faintly. We don't. I blinked. What do you mean? I'm blind, Mark. I can't go running through abandoned neighborhoods with you, but I can prepare you. Prepare me for what? For the truth, for what she's been hiding, not from them, but from you. My blood ran cold. What else is there? Thomas leaned in. There's a reason she never told you about her past. A reason she kept her real identity hidden. Tell me. He tapped his cane twice, a habit of his whenever he chose his words carefully. Her father didn't disappear because of the scandal, he said. He disappeared because someone betrayed him. Someone close. Someone he trusted. And Emma knows who? Yes, Thomas replied. She knows exactly who ruined her family, who forced her to run. I swallowed. Then why didn't she go to the police? Because no one believed her. She was a child, and the person who betrayed her father. He leaned closer. Is someone powerful? The room grew heavy. Emma isn't just running from criminals, he continued. She's running from a system that failed her, from people who prefer her gone, from someone who fears what she knows. I finally understood. Emma didn't run out of fear. She ran out of survival. What do I do? I asked. You go to the house, Thomas said. You listen to her truth, and then you decide whether to walk away or to fight with her. And the men who are after her? Thomas nodded. They won't stop, but neither will you. I stood up. Ready? Tell me where the house is. And when he gave me the address, I realized the road to the truth was far more dangerous than I imagined. The house stood alone at the end of a quiet, overgrown street, broken windows, peeling paint, a mailbox hanging crooked. It looked abandoned for years, like a memory no one wanted to keep alive. I pushed open the gate, and it creaked like it hadn't moved in a decade. Inside, the air felt heavy. Dust floated through the small shafts of light, sneaking through the broken blinds. Emma? I whispered. No answer. I moved deeper into the living room. Old furniture draped with dusty sheets, family photos fallen face down. Then a soft voice from behind. Mark, you shouldn't be here. I turned around. Emma stood in the doorway, eyes swollen, clothes dirty from travel, but alive. Emma, I whispered. Why did you leave me? She looked away, tears filling her eyes. You weren't supposed to follow me. Then why didn't you tell me what was going on? Why did you run without a word? Because the moment I told you the truth, she said, your life would stop being safe. It stopped being safe the moment you disappeared. I said. Her voice broke. I didn't want you dragged into this. I'm already in it. She lowered her head. I never wanted you to see this place. This house, this is where everything ended for me. Then let me help you rebuild, I said softly. She shook her head. You can't help me, Mark. Not with this. Yes, I can. Just tell me. For a moment, she stood silently, tears rolling down her cheek. Then she walked toward an old drawer, pulled out a small wooden box, and handed it to me. This, she said, is why they want me. Inside the box was a flash drive. What's on it? I asked. Proof, she said. Proof of who betrayed my father. Proof of everything. And they think you know where he is? Yes, she said, but I haven't seen him since that night. I thought he was dead until last week. What happened last week? She wiped her eyes. I got a message. An unknown number. 2 words. I'm alive. My heart skipped. Was it him? I don't know, she whispered. But the men following me, they think I have the full truth. They think I can destroy the man who ruined everything. And can you? She nodded slowly. Yes. Then let's expose him. She looked terrified. They'll come after us. I don't care. Before she could answer, the sound of tires screeching echoed outside. Emma froze. They found us, she whispered. Hide, I said. No, she replied. It's time to stop running. She took my hand. If we're doing this, we do it together. And for the first time since she left the train station, she looked at me not with fear, but with determination. The front door burst open. 2 men stormed inside. I stepped in front of Emma. Move, one of them growled. No, I said. He grabbed my shirt, but Emma spoke before he could threaten further. I know what you want, she said. You want a flash drive. Both men paused. And you want the truth about your boss, she continued. The taller man narrowed his eyes. What truth? The truth that he didn't just betray my father. He betrayed All of you. He used you. He lied to you, just like he lied to everyone else. The men glanced at each other. Emma stepped forward slowly. He kept all the money for himself. He blamed my father to keep you loyal. And the files on this drive prove it. I realized something then. Emma wasn't just running from fear. She had been running from a powerful man who built his empire on lies. One of the men spoke. Give us the drive. Emma shook her head. No, because the moment I give it, you'll destroy it, and he'll walk free. And if you don't give it, the man said, we take you. Emma stepped even closer. You won't, she said, her voice steady, because you want the truth as much as I do. The man hesitated. A long silence filled the room. Then the taller one asked, what do you want? I want safety. For me, for my husband. I want your promise that you'll let us leave if we expose him together. The shorter man scoffed. You think we'll work with you? You should, Emma said, because once the truth is out, he can't control you anymore. The tall man turned away, thinking. Finally, he said, fine, but if you lie to us... I won't, Emma interrupted. Minutes later, we were in their car, driving to a small office with old computers. Emma inserted the flash drive. Dozens of files popped up. Emails, transactions, voice recordings, a full map of corruption. The men's faces changed as they scrolled. Impossible, one whispered. He played all of us, the other said. Emma nodded. And now you see why I had to run. They looked at her with a mix of guilt and anger, not at her, but at themselves. We'll deliver this to the right people, the tall man said. He'll be exposed. Emma sighed in relief. What about us? I asked. You disappear for a while, the man said. After the news breaks, you'll be safe. We left the office as dawn was rising, the first calm moment in days. Emma held my hand tightly. I'm sorry, she whispered, for leaving, for not trusting you. I wrapped my arm around her. You were protecting me, I said, but now we protect each other. She nodded, eyes full of exhaustion and love. We're together, she said softly. Finally, and for the first time since this nightmare began. I believed her. We stayed hidden for 3 weeks. During that time, the story unfolded everywhere, newspapers, television, online. The powerful man who ruined Emma's family was finally exposed. Arrests were made. Investigations opened. People came forward. The men who helped us stayed anonymous. But they kept their word. They stayed silent, stayed hidden, and stayed loyal to the truth they had learned. Emma and I watched everything from a small house far from city. One morning, she woke up early and sat beside me on the porch. Her voice was soft, almost fragile. I never believed I'd ever stop running, she said. And now, I asked. She rested her head on my shoulder. Now I want to live. With you. Without lies. Without fear. I kissed her forehead gently. We will. For a long time, we simply sat in silence, listening to the wind move through the trees. Emma took my hand and squeezed it. I'm sorry I hurt you, Mark, she said. Leaving you at the train station, it broke me too. I know, I whispered, and I forgive you. She smiled. And thank you for following a man who said he had the truth. I laughed a little. I still can't believe that happened. She nodded. He saved us. Do you think we'll ever see him again? I asked. Emma shook her head. No. People like him, they show up when you need them. And when their job is done, they disappear just as quietly. We watched the sunrise together, the sky turning gold. And in that moment, I realized something important. Sometimes the people we love keep their secrets not to deceive us, but to protect us from pain we were never meant to bear. Emma had carried her past alone for so long. Running, hiding, fighting ghosts no one else could see. But now we face a future together, stronger, wiser, united. And if there was one lesson from all this, it was this. Love isn't just about staying. Sometimes love is about fighting your way back to each other, even through lies, fear, betrayal, and brokenness. We survived her past. We uncovered the truth. We found our way back. And for the first time in her life, Emma was free, and so was I.